Hey everybody on Facebook, Mike Adams here, Up North Journal. We are in northern Michigan, northeastern lower Michigan for the annual deer health check. And you flip around here, we're bringing a couple deer in. Bringing a couple deer in right now. We're going to get them weighed up. So we figured we'd bring you a couple deer health checks here live.
Yep.
128 and a half, 29 pound doe. 129 and a half.
29 pounds.
Okay, so we're gonna go back inside. Got a lot of people here. Guys from Let 'em Go, Let 'em Grow. Dr. G's Tools here. Got the DNR. Got some family here. Danny's talking with Lincoln Roan right now. We're going to take you through the process here of what's going on. So he came up this morning and got here, probably an hour ago, sitting here waiting on some deer to come in. Had to let the sun get out and get them on their feet and get them moving before they could get them. If you guys got any questions, post them here. I'm kind of monitoring as we go along, and we'll try to get them answered for you. Flip back around. We got two people on. If you got questions, like I said, go ahead and post them. The other one out there is 139. It's a little bit bigger than this one here. So 129, 139 pound does to bring in. We're going to take the heads off. Do a check on them, make sure they're clean, make sure you get your TB. Hey Jim Miller, what's going on? Good to see you in. Up here at Turtle Lake doing the annual deer health check. We got a 129 pound doe, we got a 139 pound doe out there. We're going to bring them through and I'm going to live stream the process for you here.
We're here earlier, I'll repeat it. What we're doing here, we're selectively harvesting. We've, since 2004, we've taken over 3,000 deer off of here. We got some of the best bucks we can find.
Don't dance.
We still have plenty of deer. We have brought this herd down heavily. Last year we took over 400 deer, mostly does. Okay? So we can bring the deer herd down and improve the nutrition and get bigger bucks. So we've been doing this since 2004, doing the necropsy every year. So we got a database like you won't believe. But we have donated tons of venison around this state over the years. But they're going out now because we got the population down where we want it and collecting in certain areas. Every deer that gets killed off of here gets GPS. We know exactly where it came from. Hunter kills it, whatever. We know where it's from. So what we're going to do, the first thing I'm going to do is age the deer by looking at the teeth. Right? And if you want to, you can go over and talk to the guys when they pull the jawbone out and they'll show you. Then we're going to take the head off, be tested for tuberculosis and CWD. And then we're going to be taking these deer apart. And the deer, we always say, we don't need to know how many deer we have. We let the deer in the habitat tell us how they're doing. Now the last 2 years, because we had a horrible snow last spring, and we had no acre crop, we had a bad winter before that, we were down on our fetal counts to like 1.1. So far we've only had, what do we have, 2 or 3 deer? 2. Each of them had 2 fetuses. $4. So I fully expect us to have like 1.7, 1.8. And that's the difference is nutrition. You improve nutrition in 2 ways. Our forestry program and our food plots, and with a 270. You bring the population down, you improve the nutrition. So you actually produce more deer by having fewer deer out. So we're always making a balance. We can't take a herd down to where we'd like to take it because hunters aren't very good. I hate to say that. They're not very good. So we have to always hold the herd a little higher than we really want to so we can encourage the harvest. Hunters get disappointed and discouraged if they don't, in Texas where they're spoiled rotten, they have to see.
Okay, I'm going to take you over here where they're doing the aging at right now. Flip back.
That's this one? Yeah.
They drug out a little ways and rubbed the fur off it, didn't it?
Yeah. Or maybe they took it with a snowmobile.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he said 4 miles.
4 miles? Yeah, that'll wear some fur off.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't know snow was so abrasive, did you?
Yeah, so they drug that deer 4 miles with a sled to get it back out to a main road to where they could get it back here.
Get him?
So they've had some bad weather up here, a lot of ice. So it's been a problem getting back in deep where they got to get these deer.
Good to go.
Pulling jawbones, do the aging. We're going to go over here and follow this one right through the process here.
You got, oh, that deer's.
There you go.
Okay, first thing, he's going to take the leg off that deer with a very sharp instrument. We're going to look at the bone marrow. Bone marrow tells us most about the nutrition of that deer. If it's red and running, she's dead deer running.
What we look for, a lot of guys will do that. Let's say no, she's not like that. White. He might call it.
Put these on.
The hair's long. Something.
Okay, we got a problem with this one because we broke a blood vessel, so we got there's the bone marrow is pink. So the bone marrow is in good shape.
You're good, Trev.
So that's one of our metrics that we use to let the deer tell us how to do it.
If I get your way,
The
let
last
me know.
thing that they absorb is
I'll blame it on Adam.
So if it's red and running, if I turn it over like that, it runs out on the table.
Yeah.
You can bring that deer in, feed her the best thing in the world.
Later today, you'll see, you'll start struggling right here.
No wonder why he hurt somebody last year.
She's big pregnant. Mesentery fat's good.
Is that all? That deer is. If a buck is running along with his toes grass, he is not telling anything.
What are you pulling hair for?
I'm pulling hair for a DNA test.
All right.
Can I get those follicles on there? Put them in the envelope.
We did a study where we brought does in.
That's all we're gonna say.
Collected.
And that's all I got to say.
Amen.
Put it correctly.
I need another 2 inches here. Go ahead. Think what you need.
Put them out, straight, put cameras on, got no response. The reason is that the half-life of those chemicals is 40 times. You can't put it in a bottle. We did a study where we used commercial buck lure, no, indeed. Human
But we're
urine,
100% bucks.
human bark. We had the same number of bucks that come in from out.
I think you got him now.
So those guys that carry
You ever got a wounded deer in the field? People talking about trying to cut its neck. Walk right by, get right there, right through the top of the sternum, and you take everything off the top of the heart. And it's see all the blood coming out? Much easier than trying to get a hold of a head and hold it still. You can walk right by and go wham and look at that.
Look at that. Holy cow.
Much faster. It just you got to have a knife that's about 6 inches. I'll show you on the next one. This, that's just shock. Okay, that's just shock. That's not milk or white. Yeah, and they're not just spots. They're like lumps.
I should have taken a picture of it.
This is bone or fat.
Would have improved.
Yep. Well, you will see, depending on how long they're out, they sit too before they get in here. They'll turn some different colors.
We've had no TV this year.
None? That's awesome.
Well, according to the study. We're someone to spend all the money and she didn't do it. We've not seen it.
You kill deer eyeball.
This will always like yeah, it could happen. It's well, they TV rates down.
Okay, so everything out, inside's out, right on the table here. Everything's all intact.
Okay, what we're going to do here, I'm going to pull the lungs out.
Slide around here.
And we're going to get the trachea right here. What we're looking for is something we've never found here, but keep looking, is lungworms. They usually occur in fall, this time of the year. It's going to be right here where it breaks, goes into the rock. There'll be a little one, looks like monofilament line. And it doesn't have any. And it will kill deer. Those worms will kill deer. The biggest killers of falls, parasite-wise, are lungworms and pinworms. They get pinworms from the udder of what we call typhoid mares. Because deer, those in the same clan will gain nerves. Okay, here's a kidney. This is what a kidney should look like this time of year. There are places in this state where I could go to, I'd be holding a kidney in my hand. And that would be it, no fat. So he's going to, we standardize it, we cut right here, weigh. We look at the ratio of fat to kidney weight. And that's another way our deer tell us how they're doing. Okay, this is the liver. I don't know how many of y'all like to eat liver, but I do. My wife forbids me to cook it. What we're looking for, we're going to take that big slices through it. We are looking for flukes. I was telling the group before, what they do is a deer accidentally ingests a snail. So a lot of times wetland areas are where they pick it up. And it goes to the liver, and then they reproduce, they form a cyst in the liver, and they reproduce, and then they pass out of the digestive system, and it starts all over again. I've never found a situation where liver flukes really hurt deer. They will kill a moose. This one is free. It's already sliced up. If anybody want to take it with them. Okay, never mind. Yeah, sushi. If you ever eat raw liver, it's sweet. It has a lot of glycogen.
How hungry were you when you tried that?
Pretty hungry. Of course, I worked in my early years, I worked in the Amazon with headhunters. And they fed me everything. I ate monkeys, you name it, we ate it. And we washed it down with fermented manioc root that the women chewed up and spit into a gourd and let it ferment. But a headhunter offers you
Sounds like a good time.
okay, we got a little girl here. Okay? And what she's going to do now is she's going to measure the crown rump length, and with it laying like that, we got a 95% correlation between the days of how old it is and the length. So we'll know the median gestation or the median conception date for a Turtle Lake is November the 7th. It runs from November the 4th to November the 12th. For the state, it's November 15th. So we're about a week early. It's a nutritional thing. Okay, we got a little male here. How old is that girl? How old is
2.5.
2.5. Cool. So we got one of each.
This is the first female.
Yeah, that's our first female.
Another 89.
89 would be right. For right now, 89 is a good thing, which makes it November 8th? 12th. November 12th. So that's on the far end of it. What we want, those of y'all that heard me say this, just listen to me again. What we want is we want our deer, the curve of breeding, we want it like this. We don't want it like this. 198 days after a buck and doe get together, we have a fawn born. If your fawns are born in a short period of time, you overwhelm your predator. If it's trickling out, like most places, you got a sustained food supply for your cows. Okay? So the better your deer are, the better, the tighter your ratio, the tighter your breed.
1.5. Right? 4.1. 1.6.
Second one brought in. First one, 2.5 years old.
I once did this for 7 years in 44 counties in East Texas. We had a place in 44 counties that we did, but we did our autopsies, our necropsies right there on the spot. We had the desk door that you carried around. Now we're looking for tuberculosis. When you open them up, sometimes, a lot of times we can tell just looking at them before we ever open them up. But if they have tuberculosis, there'll be pus and pockets and all kinds of neat stuff in there. But that doesn't always mean that that deer has tuberculosis. You can have lung infections that look like tuberculosis, and then we'll send it in and it comes back negative.
How can you tell before it's open?
How they look.
Like how?
How the deer actually looks. The way their hair looks, the way their body looks. Isn't that right, Wayne? Wayne, can't y'all tell a deer that has tuberculosis a lot of times before you ever open it up?
Yeah, most of them. Yeah.
What do you look for?
They just look different. When we stick a knife in them, you can smell it.
Yeah, they smell like. I can smell. I've done a whole lot of deer disease work, and I can smell a deer and pretty well tell you what the problem is before I get too far into it.
But in the woods, one that's just standing there, if it's advanced TB, they're gut shaped. You see all the ribs are in it, and you tell it's filled with.
By management, we have significantly reduced the infection rates here. The problem is we have this time of the year, because we got all these food plots and all this stuff that we pull deer in from other places. Whenever we get a TB positive, almost every time it's on the perimeter of the problem. And I'm not going to say where, but there's one direction that typically brings us our TB deer. They never shoot a doe.
He wants to salvage pieces.
Okay.
Again.
Let's do it one more time and be done here, Doc.
Okay, no problem. We'll do it as long as you want. Okay, here are the lungs. We're going to look at the lungs. There'll be pustules and all kinds of things, abscesses and whatnot on them. But that does not, I mean, even that, look here, we got something right here. That's not a TB deal, that's that is a parasite. That's a parasite. It's not very big, but that's an echinococcus, which is a wolf parasite. Or sometimes cow or dog. It's an ugly spud. Looks like something in a horror movie.
What would that hurt the deer?
No, they're a dead end post. They get it by accident. Okay, everything else is clear except for that. You got that down? Okay, where are we putting it? Here?
So, yeah, I've left a little more fat on these.
Okay, here's fat. Look at this. hunters always tell us, oh, our deer don't have a problem with it. They're full of fat when you kill them in the fall. Deer deposit yellow fat obligatory, okay? It's this time of the year, in August, is when they can tell you. This is yellow fat. Yellow fat has a low melting point. And up in Canada, bucks, in 4 weeks, bucks will go from heavy fat to nothing. They'll lose 40% of their body weight. So he's gonna trim this to a standard deal.
Oh, sorry.
We would like to keep our does 3.5 average. Okay, we're looking at the liver for scars. I told the other group folks earlier that we had a hunting club here that was pulling the liver flukes out. They called them little livers, and they were putting them on skewers. They didn't do that after they came here, but they sure had a funny look on their face. Okay, the liver's clear. Okay, we got a younger fetus here. It is a male. Another female. She's a 4.5. We expect her 4.5, 5.5, 6.5. We expect her to have a male and a female, or 2 females.
So your younger
Does have more males.
have more males.
Yeah. If a doe fawn reaches 60 pounds, she'll breed.
Get it on you?
And she'll usually have one, and it'll be a male. 75% of the time.
60 pounds.
60 pounds. Now 60, they'll breed. Yeah. If they're 90, I'll guarantee it.
Now what about if the does are older? What are they going to throw then?
Probably do now.
Mostly favor more females, either equal numbers or more females.
What age would that be?
4.5 up.
4.5.
She's a 4.5 and she had a male and a female.
The other one did too.
Yeah, yeah.
2.1.
And if buck fawns have a hard tip on the end, you know, little buttons, they can breed. Yeah, oh yeah. Sneaky little devils too. It's often mama.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's how you end up with pieballs.
Well, what's this business about the doe driving the mother?
When they're a
Away
year,
when they become sexually active.
when they're 1 year old, when she comes around to fawn again,
Right.
she'll usually drive them off.
Not in the fall.
Not in the fall, no. She only leaves that fawn for 36 hours.
That's to have the other.
That's to get bred.
Right. Oh, great.
And then she comes in the fall, when she gets ready to fawn, she gets really surly. She moves away. The older does will try to take the best fawning habitat, and they get really irritable.
So that's why it's good to have a lot of openings.
Yeah. Have a lot of cover.
A
Yeah.
lot of cover, a lot of openings, so the younger does can have a place to go.
And a lot of these woods here, especially these oak woods,
Right.
they don't have any cover.
Right.
So we got to reduce the number of trees per acre to get cover.
Think back to what he said, your older does take over your best habitat. What kind of offspring are your older does giving you? The old girls take over good habitat, raise you more does. Kick your young money makers off the board.
Boy, when I first came up with that, biologists thought I was nuts. One of the best known biologists in the Lake States, I won't say his name, but he's a nice guy, but he has he spent his entire career studying a stagnant deer herd. Deer herd in Michigan has been a stagnant deer herd. And that became normal for him. Well, stagnant deer herd's not normal. when you start managing that herd, they start to do things that you've never seen before. And the dogma was it takes a doe till she gets 4.5 or 5.5 to successfully raise a fawn. Yeah. Because there's so many deer in such poor habitat that it takes her all those years to do it. When we manage it, we got yearling does that come in here that are lactating and pregnant. Right? And if you've got 10-year-old does, what were you doing 11 years ago? She's the product of 11 years ago. If you've got 3-year-old does, 4 years ago. So if we're not hammering all of our bucks, and we're leaving some mature bucks to go, and we've got young does, guys, women hate hearing this, but in deer management, it's a perfect world, old bucks and young does. Okay? We're turning that over as fast as we can, so you get the genetic impact. We run out of them already?
Yep, sure run.
Dang. Y'all have any questions about anything else? Yes, sir.
Did you hit on the gland in the top of the organ in the top of your mouth?
Oh, Jacobson's organ? Yeah, it's not a gland, it's an organ up in on the roof of their mouth. Y'all know what flaming is? You see the bulls do that? They'll curl their lip. What they do is the buck will find urine and then lick it and put it up here at the top of the mouth. And they say, oh, he's testing to see if the doe is in eating. No, he's not. That doesn't even go to anything olfactory in the brain. It goes to a part of the brain that keeps him primed to breathe. But it's called Jacobson's organ.
We'll get you one.
We'll get you. We'll show you one. The does have it too, but they don't do the same thing bucks do.
I've read somewhere that if a deer is starved, it leaves a scent on the ground. Another deer would recognize that.
Yeah, each one of them has its own unique smell.
Do they leave some scent that would alert another deer that it was starved?
No.
Because I've heard that before.
Not from interdigital breed, no.
And I've never seen it work. Where one came up and went, oh, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah. If you're out hunting and a doe blows at you, is your hunt ruined? No. Those deer out there, especially does, are out there blowing all the time at each other. They really blow at bucks. And just take it and keep setting. Aha, we got a truck coming. We got some deer. Hey, what was this ribbon, Michael? Have they fed yet? No. Okay, they still haven't fed, so they're just now getting up out of their bed. Yeah, we got 4. They're up to the feet now.
Hey, Tim Cease, I see you're on. If you got any questions, make sure you poke them our way and we'll ask. Get back over here and bring more in. Kind of give you guys an idea of what's going on again. For those of you that are still on, see there's 6 of you on there now.
We got 3 more that are coming through. Actually, no, 4. We'll bring them in and weigh them, age them, take the jawbone out, and get the age on them, and then run through the processing line here, and just like what we've been showing you. If you got any questions for Doc, go ahead and post them, and we'll ask them as we go along. Before we came in earlier, they'll be checking for TB. As they get into that process, we'll run through that with you as well.
Okay.
Is she getting ready to check for the TB?
Yeah, they'll pull the lymph node.
Okay.
You're kind of famous.
Well, I did not know.
Brought my daughter Maddie here today. What have you learned so far?
A lot of blood.
A lot of blood, yeah.
A lot of blood.
Yeah. You still want to be a vet?
Yes. For sure.
Okay. What about you, Tyler?
I learned that I don't mind seeing a lot of blood.
Okay.
Hasn't puked yet.
Not yet. We're trying to make a deer hunter out of him. He's not a hunter yet, but we'll see what happens. So this is our annual deer health checkup in Northeast Michigan. They've invited us to come over and show a little bit of this to help educate people out there as to what deer management can do and what we're looking for and what the deer are doing this time of the year in February. Would you mind if I live stream while you do this? Or would you rather me not? That's fine. That's fine. No, it's fine. That's fine.
It depends on when you can get it.
See what Tom's up to over
Hey, Doc, can you talk a little bit about when you take the ovaries? You said there's scarring in the ovaries, and what does that tell you? The scarring?
The ovaries, if you section the ovaries, it'll tell you how many times she's ovulated.
Okay.
And that gives you an idea of how many times she had to ovulate.
Okay.
Ideally, well, they start ovulating in September. You don't want to breed them, but they're starting to cycle.
Okay.
So
that would that tell you if it's
second or third estrus is when you want to breed.
Okay, and that's what you're looking for is to see when that deer was bred then, as far as how many times she's ovulated. I got you.
On the fetuses, we know by the age of the fetuses, we know what she conceived. We also need to know what she did before that. Overproduction.
Okay.
That's cool. Big tracks and keep it.
They're pulling the jawbone out of it right now. They're ready to age it.
Well, even Dave Mandel, I don't care what you know, I mean, it's, I don't 50 acres. I don't know my neighbors except for one that I don't. You don't know, it's changed.
Damn, we're going up on scale about that. Like I said, if y'all got any questions, make sure you post them and I'll do my best to ask them. And this one's getting ready to go online. Get one up close here for you.
You can pull them in for a week. Most deer are killed the first week of the season. You can pull them in with your herd. You have a place in the center.
I will actually ask that question. I already know, but hey, Luke, we had a question. Somebody wants to know what they do with the deer, with the meat.
Meat? Yeah, they go to one of two places. Either shooters get first choice, so the guys that are out doing the shooting, if they want them, they take them. If not, then the club takes some. We utilize it to feed back to the membership whenever we're open. And then anything left over after that is usually taken by somebody in the crowd that wants, hey, grandma needs one or something, and so we give it away. So everything's eaten.
Okay, nothing's wasted. And John Van Dyke says, say hi to the loggers team for us.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that.
Okay, you get ready to open this one up and bring it down the line here, folks. John said you know this.
Yeah, he was at my shop yesterday.
That's what I said. I seen him this morning.
We play a lot of bucket time picking.
Yep. You know, nothing growing in there. And let's go.
I didn't hear that part.
What do you call that? The lung parasite that deer had in it? What was the name of that?
Oh, echinococcus.
Okay, so that's like a tapeworm.
It's a tapeworm.
Okay, in the lung.
With really ugly, very fangs like this and lodge into it. Yeah, it's really nasty.
And how does it?
They get ingested by accident, send the feces of canines.
Like coyotes?
So he does it $100. I think that's a bigger
Marty's making one of those signs like the Michigan State sign.
Oh, yeah?
He's making
Hey, no problem, John. Glad you posted this.
with that mower on it.
And he's more than happy to bring this to you. This is my, and then the 6th one I've been to, and I tell you what, I learn something new every year. And so that's why we try to help find some of this information everybody. They're taking a blood sample down there. They're going to take the head off and transfer it over to the TV. And they're also checking the bone marrow in the front leg. They cut the front leg off and they're checking the bone marrow to get an overall indication of the health of the deer. Well, just a second here, that's right down the line. He's got more time to take care of all of the other numbers except for here. He was just there to stay all the time. Thank you for those. Henry, you probably don't know my brother because he never shoots anything. He would
So far, these deer are boringly healthy.
He would throw me into the bus every time. Really? Not one.
Or as we say in the business, they're unremarkable. We also look at the heart to see if there's edema around it, fluid around it. It's not.
This is Don's basement. What would cause that, Doc?
A whole bunch of things. Ammonia, TB. Oh, we got something interesting here. Look at this. Oh, yeah.
The wrinkle or the...
See that? See this one? That's the playground of flukes. Keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, it's not going to squirt, is it? You need a splash guard.
There they are. I found them. Get out of there, you little rascal. There's a liver fluke. He's still alive, too. He's got to have a girlfriend. Well, they don't have girlfriends because they don't have males and females. There's the other one. That's in a cyst right here. You see it? Right here's the cyst. Most I've ever seen in a liver is like 23, but it really doesn't affect whitetails. It'll affect moose, but not whitetails. I've never seen it affect the thriftiness or anything else. Another one right here. Not the scar, it's already gone. So we got two. Anybody want to see them? You can pass them around. Look at them, they'll move. Okay, we got two fetuses. This one's a female. There's another female.
How old was that? She's 3 and she has 2 females?
Yeah.
Did you see them?
The nutrition is really good, so they're going to start having more females.
Let me throw them away.
Deer adjust. It's amazing. They're going to control their population. By having more males, what does that do? Controls the population. When they need to float, when they need to increase, they'll start having more females.
Right, because one male can serve as many.
The last time I checked, correct me if I'm wrong, I've never found a buck that had a fawn. Never happened, I don't think. Okay, here's the kidneys. Look at the kidneys. This is what a deer's kidneys ought to look like this time of the year. Now, there have been in the past, some of our shooters have made a mistake and shot a cast antler buck. Hopefully we're not going to get one of those, but if we do, I'll guarantee you their kidneys are not going to look like that. No, bucks won't look like that. They've lost up to 40% of their body weight. The rut gets them. See, when bucks are fat, does are skinny. When does are fat, bucks are skinny. In August, the bucks are fat as butterballs. They're laying around with each other, belching, picking their teeth, bragging about what they did during the last rut. And the does are milking and they look like death on a cracker, okay? But when you get to this time of the year, the does are all fat and sassy and the bucks have come through. Hopefully not a long running period, so they've used up a lot of their resources. That's why that April snow we had last year really hurt us. Really hurt us.
Yes. Yes, and then we measure it with and without the fat so that we get the ratio. So he needs both of those.
We just question it again.
1.5. 6.0.
Okay.
And 1.6.
2004. Deer. It's already good thing.
Okay, here we go. How do we age a deer? There's no way that's 100% accurate, but this is the most accurate way, no matter what you might hear. Okay? All right. A whitetail deer, when it's a fawn, has 3 teeth in the jaw. There's a skip here, and their incisors here. In the top, there's nothing. Okay? So it has 3 teeth. Those are milk teeth. The third one has 3 cusps on it, and they're real soft. They'll wear down. Sometime between 6 months and 12 months, they'll put on the 4th tooth here, and then the 5th tooth and the 6th tooth. So there's 6 teeth in the lower jaw. They shed those milk teeth and put 3 new ones here. Okay? So the oldest tooth in the jaw is this one right here, the 4th tooth. So what we do, the tongue lies right here. We look at, first of all, from a side, the sharpness of the teeth. This one is worn down a little bit. But when we look at it straight on, the brown stuff is dentine, the white stuff is enamel. If it were a 2-year-old deer here, that brown would be narrower than the white. And you see that it's not. Okay? So this is an advanced aging one. You got to have a lot of ability to do this one because it's not worn a lot, but it is. Look at the 5th tooth. Compare the 4th to the 5th tooth. We'll pass it around here in a second. So this one, see, you barely can see any enamel. Look at here, you can see a lot of it. I mean, dentine. So the 4th tooth. Now, that makes this a 3.5-year-old deer. If it had not been worn like that, it would have been a 2.5 because it has all 8 teeth. Okay? All right. 60, excuse me. All right, now, once we decide that this is at least a 3.5-year-old deer, we look at the next oldest tooth, which is the 5th tooth. And if it looks like this one, that deer is 4.5. If the 6th tooth doesn't look that way. Then it becomes 5.5, then we go back and look at by 6.5, this tooth right here is worn smooth. And hopefully we'll be able to show you one. So y'all can pass that around. All right, I'm getting behind here. So.
I've got the models back here.
That's all fat.
It's all back. Yep. We trim right next to the edge on both sides of it so that we're getting more representative sample. Find the edge of it and cut straight across. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Then I discard that.
All right, look here.
Yep.
You see all this? People ask me about this all the time. You see all these red blotches in the lungs? Those are called petechia. They're just hemorrhages from being killed. Right? So there's nothing wrong with this deer there,
Other than it's dead.
and we'll look in the trachea. See how she aspirated after she got hit? There's no worms there, so she's clear. Oh, she's bred nice. What else is this one? How old is this one?
This one is 3.5.
Male.
Right, he's never found them here, but
That one's going to be like November
it looks like
7th.
fishing line.
Eight, maybe.
Wide.
And a female. This is great. Yeah.
97.
Whoa. We got an early breed.
So she had 2 in her.
Yeah.
And those are.
That's a male. The male one.
Is it male?
Yeah, that
Oh,
one.
that one.
That
So
one.
that's a female.
So we got a male and a female.
98.
Oh, hey, look here. Here's something. This is a tapeworm. It's called a hydatid cyst is what this is. That's a tapeworm, an immature tapeworm. Okay?
There's something little grains of rice in there.
Okay, that's all in there.
6.0, 1.6,
What was the conception date on
5.
November 4th.
5.5 and 1.5.
When was the full moon? That's right. The full moon was the end of October. 3 to 5 days after the full moon, you get conception. November 4th.
So you really use that for your rut hunt. You know, you'll say full moon.
Okay, this is the thymus gland in a 2-year-old. In a 2-year-old, it's right here. This produces growth hormone, and most of us, in an older deer, you won't be able to find it. But a deer that's really stressed, it'll be swollen up. It'll be as big as my finger. Right? This is a 2.5-year-old deer, so she's still growing. So she's still got a thymus gland. And we look at it, it's normal size for her age, so it's moderate. So it's an indicator of stress. Any kind of stress. Any kind of stress. Hunting stress, food stress. It's right in the throat. Right under the sternum. You won't find it. Or you'll be hard pressed to find it. It's a little piece of string is all it is. These athletes that are in trouble for using human growth hormone, that's where it's produced.
All right, Danny, so what do you think?
Pretty cool, huh? Good stuff. Learning all that neat stuff you don't know, you hear about all the time about deer, but with Mr. Woods there, explaining things that you don't, a tapeworm, liver flukes, the growing gland, the things, I think they've had $6, $7 come through with 4 female fetuses. So the deer, like you said, deer know how to fix themselves, but it helps to give them some food out there as well. So we're just gonna hang out here some more and see what else comes through for the rest of the day.
All right, if we see something come through that's really cool looking, that if you guys really need to know, we'll either videotape it, post it later, or we'll actually go back live again. So y'all take care, and I'm gonna get back over here and learn some more cool stuff. So y'all take care, and I see Lane Johnson just came on. Go back, and as soon as I post this, and you can watch the whole thing here. We've been streaming for probably 45 minutes to an hour. So y'all take care, and we'll be back again later.